For this video, we're going to look at a question from Mode on one of the ways to put a date picker inside of a user form in Excel. Thanks for watching. As usual, you can download this workbook and many others from the website in the description below. Once you download this workbook, you'll see that it loads up with the Show Form button. You click that, it launches the form, and you'll have two text boxes there. Both launch a date picker with the button next to it. If there's an existing date in the text box, it'll start the calendar from that point. You can navigate the calendar with the back and forward buttons as well. And similar to the date picker video, the days that are not in the current month are light gray. The way it's built is just by putting the calendar inside of a frame control, and then you can show and hide that control, and that basically acts as the calendar control. And so you can reposition it in the form wherever you need it to be. But you do need to be sure the form itself is large enough, and another trick you could do is resize the form when you go to show the calendar as well, and then resize it back. You can download this from the website so that you have a form to start with that works with the calendar, and then just customize it to your needs. So let's set a breakpoint in the code and click the Show Calendar button and step through what happens. There's one main function called Toggle Date Picker that takes the text box you're trying to populate. It'll determine whether to show the date picker or not and what value goes into it. In this case, we're just checking to see if it's already visible. In this case, it's not. And so we're going to show the date picker, but we want to check if there's an existing date inside of the text box. So we just do an isDate on that. In this case, it's empty, so that fails, and we just call build calendar. The two year and month are optional, and so if you don't pass those in, we just grab the now, which is right now. It happens to be July 2022. Once we have that, we can get the start of the month just by assuming it's the first day of the month. So we take year and month and grab the first day. And then just like in the date picker video from before, we calculate the top left of the calendar by subtracting the day of the week the first of the month is on, and then looping through all 42 days. If you'd like to see a better breakdown of this, I'd encourage you to go see the original date picker video, which walks through actually coding all of the loop here, plus the calendar, plus creating all the controls for the calendar and whatnot as well. But once we're done looping, we'll end up setting a global control so we know exactly what text box needs to be updated. We'll also move the calendar to the right position. In this case, I just need to move the top, and we'll make it visible. And you can see there the date picker shows up. There's a couple other things to mention. To move previous and next month, all you have to do is do a date add of a -1 or a 1, and then recall build calendar with that. And you're going to see a lot of different click events. That's mainly for the calendar. They all funnel into a single event for day clicked. And with that, we're done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.